Thank you.
It's very good to see you. I heard you had to evacuate your home.
Yes. Like most people, I had to. I got lucky, the winds moved, but, the fire was coming and all that stuff. So I feel lucky.
Are you guys back in?
And I think everybody did a great job.
Yeah.
Unlike the internet,
Yeah, right. I know. It's right.
Oh, my God. All of these fire experts. Why didn't you just fly a helicopter into the ocean? And then just, I don't know, because there was 100-knot winds? You want to do that? You want to do that at night, you lunatic?
Now, while I do agree with Bill Burr that there are too many experts on the internet, people pretending to know stuff that they really don't.
Like World War II.
As annoying as all of these armchair fire experts really are, at least they don't have to run their opinions by their wives before they tell everyone what they think.
How are you?
This was definitely mismanaged.
That's a big word we're hearing now.
Mismanaged, like some idiot on the internet knows how to manage the worst fire in LA, sitting there in his underwear. You know what? Looking at the footage on the internet, I have determined that this here was mismanaged.
First COVID, now the fires. When did Bill Burr become such a shill purr, right? Purr, because he's such a pussycat. Henpecked into cuckoldry by his domineering overlord of a wife, LaFonda. I mean, Nia.
Don't be jealous.
I kid, of course. But it is strange to me that Bill Burr has done this big 180. I mean, he was the guy who was all anti-establishment and always on about the Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve. You remember the Federal Reserve era of Bill Burr's comedy?
Grover Cleveland.
And now it's surprising to me to see how he has such a disregard, utter disdain, dare I say, for citizen journalists like myself. We're not claiming to be experts in anything, though I have seen some pretty detailed videos over the last few days. I've been on X, almost permanently. I know a lot more about fires than like the average guy, like my mum or something. She don't know what's going on. Point is, I just think it's strange how Bill seems to hate it when anyone goes against the mainstream narrative now.
The whole fucking time, there's been fucking assholes on my street walking around, no masks.
Anyone who disagrees with the official message, it seems, to Bill Burr is like some kind of knuckle-dragging trailer trash or some totally out-there lunatic. I get that, as you get older, you mellow out and you don't have such strong opinions on things. I don't expect everyone to be Alex Jones.
Coming for you, Globalists!
What a world that would be. But with, for example, the fires, I don't think most people are saying anything crazy. They're talking about mismanagement. They have been talking about that for years. Why does everything keep burning down all the time? Is there no way, there is no feat of human engineering that can in any way help what's going on in California? And anyone who suggests that is just some idiot in their armchair in their underwear. Well, I'll have you know, I'm even wearing shoes today, Bill. Look at that. So...
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
It's not, I think, helpful or beneficial, is a string of consciousness. These wild-eyed fantasies that somehow the state water project, we have reservoirs that are at or near historic highs, full, completely full.
This was supposed to be the water to put out the Palisades fire. This is the Santa Ynez Reservoir. It's the water supply basically for the Palisades. When they first started fighting the Palisades fire, they ran out of water extremely quickly. Wednesday, 3 a.m., they were basically out. And there's been a lot of talk on why this happens.
That somehow there's a magical spigot in California, in Northern California, that just can be turned on and all of a sudden there'll be rain or water flowing everywhere.
Oh, Gavin, you don't fool us anymore. Donald Trump has told us all about the giant faucet.
And they have essentially a very large faucet.
that you won't turn it on because you're so worried about the little delta smelts.
In order to protect a certain little tiny fish called a smelt, they send millions and millions of gallons of water out to the Pacific Ocean, way up north.
See, that's the way I'm being made to feel by these snobs like Bill Burr. They make me feel stupid for talking about things that I'm not supposed to. How am I ever gonna overcome the Dunning-Kruger effect if I can't talk about something I don't know about? I'll tell you what I do know, though. I know after a brief discussion with ChatGPT that a lot of people who are smarter than me or Bill Burr have pointed out that Governor Newsom approved just earlier this year $101 million in cuts to the state's wildfire and forest resilience programs, and that they believe that that might have hindered the essential fire prevention and response efforts. I know that back in 2020, his administration claimed to have treated 90,000 acres of land for wildfire prevention, when in fact the actual figure was more like 11,000 acres, which basically means his administration lied about how much they'd done to mitigate for future fires and obviously how prepared they were for them. I know that his administration's initiative launched in 2020 in order to expedite fire prevention projects had reportedly failed to complete any projects as of April 2022, apparently leaving vulnerable areas without the necessary safeguards. I know that California's state environmental budget for the fiscal year 2024-2025 was $17.8 billion, and I know that of that $17.8 billion, $682 million was designated for protecting wildlife and habitats, including that of the Delta smelt.
You maniac!
It's not helpful. It's damaging to the very foundation of the notion of what are facts, what are truths. And the fact of that asymmetry, that's profound and consequential, amplified by people like, let's be candid, Elon Musk and others. And that 1-2 punch is real. And it's not just about this fire. As our hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation that can divide a country on a myriad of issues. This is serious.
I'm not sure I'm gonna get away with it this time.
Oh, now I get it. What us scumbags don't understand, you know, normies, we don't seem to understand that Gavin Newsom, if anyone criticises anything he or his administration might be responsible for, it's not his political aspirations that he's worried about. God, no. What he is worried about is that scumbags like you or I, particularly, you know, scumbags that might vote for him, you might get all divided and stuff. And that is the last thing that Gavin Newsom would want.
Yes, it is.
I get it. They want to take us. I get it. I'm not naive. I get the California derangement syndrome. I've been living with that for years and years. New scum. You know, the same 7th grade. I remember the guy on Baltimore Avenue that called me new scum. I was in 7th grade. I can handle that. We'll leave that aside.
Well, that's good to hear that he's finally got over some boy calling him a name in 7th grade.
I understand what they're trying to do. I want to work with them. It's not about me. It's about people that we both represent. He represents and I represent. And I'm honored and proud to represent these folks. And I desperately plead with them. Come out here. Help us. And we will help you. You'll be elevated, Mr. President. At the end of the day, you'll be the one we all will go to and say thank you. Thank you.
Dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor.
I guess that is pretty funny.
Down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I guess every cloud, California. The asset stripping hawks, the vultures are circling. So I guess there's that to look forward to.
And the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
Okay, so as I said in my last video on this topic, this is in no way an attempt of mine to smear the efforts of hard-working people who are trying to, put everything back together in California there. However,
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you.
Absolutely. That's why when the black lesbian shows up to save me from the inferno, I will say, no, sir. Go and get someone who looks like me. You know, what do they mean? I don't understand. Do they send the black lesbians to the other black lesbians when they're on fire? You know, do they make sure that they get a detailed description of all of the victims before they send out the firefighters? Are black lesbians particularly flammable?
It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
I feel like such an idiot laughing at this stuff now. It's so 2016 to laugh at this stuff. I know, but they'll understand my situation better, will they? I mean, what is my situation if a firefighter is helping me? I'm mangled in a car wreck. I'm on fire. Or, what, my cat's up a tree or something. Hang on, hold it there, black lesbian. I don't think you understand the situation here. Take your lesbotic mitts off my cat.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or, you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
That's the worst bit of the video. Not all the DEI stuff. The worst part about that is that if somebody, a distressed wife, is saying, you can't carry my husband out of a burning building, she would respond to the wife who's watching her, possibly listening to her husband's screams as he's burnt alive. Her response would be, well, your husband got himself in the wrong place if I got to carry him out of fire. That is not very reassuring. Oh, well, as the man in the orthopedic shoes said, I stand corrected. That is some lovely running.
These three women who are at the top there are all, I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be mean, but they're obese. These are overweight, out of shape women. And the last thing I want to see if I am in a burning building is A, a woman, and B, an obese woman. Who takes comfort? I'm going to die, but it's in the presence of an obese lesbian. This is ridiculous. I speak for all women. I believe I speak for all females in Los Angeles when I say we want a strong man to rescue us. That's what we want. Do we ask for too much?
Ah, good old Megyn Kelly. Don't worry, one day you'll get your dream. No lesbians. Anyway, I guess to wrap up this video, my conclusion, my thoughts. Shut up, Bill Burr. And Gavin Newsom. He's a bit like the guy in American Psycho, Christian Bale in American Psycho, isn't he? Which is a parallel I do not think anyone has ever drawn until today. And I'll tell you where I can't draw parallels between Bill Burr and his wife. Am I right? Yeah, pretty rough takedown here. Look, I'll leave you in the capable hands of somebody who knows all about Bill Burr and Nia's marriage, and he can explain. If you've enjoyed tonight's video, then give the video a like. Let the algorithm know what a great time you've had, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you want to check out some exclusive videos I've got on Patreon and help out with the channel even further, the link's in the description. I'll see you in the next one.
Bill! Lower the music! Lower the music! Lower the fucking music! Get up, Bill!
Oh my God, it's my wife. What are you doing here?
Bill! Why are you talking about Cole and why are you talking about that hair?
Oh my God, your hair. I didn't even recognize you with that long hair.
That's right, bitch. That's because I need a haircut!
He's got greater density in his right forearm than his left. So that suggests there might have been some kind of specialist activity that he was constantly doing.